Njulrotse nimmer fi, verhegyon libile von Echadonoi, zu ribegoyali, may the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. You look at the ground beneath your feet. You look at the dark sky above your head. You see deep time. You see a vast, ancient machine. You are told the physical universe is billions of years old. You are told human history is a microscopic accident. You are told the earth is a floating rock in endless silent void. This is a very comfortable narrative. It is a protective shield. It is a way to sleep deeply at night. If the universe is entirely blind, if the universe is an accident, an ancient and indifferent, then it demands absolutely nothing from you. You have no true responsibility. You're just a temporary chemical reaction. You're a biological machine operating in the dark. Your actions do not matter. Your choices do not matter. We must completely dismantle this comfort. We must break this optical illusion. Time is not what you think it is. Time is not a fundamental law of absolute reality. Time is a created object. It is a physical boundary. It is a mechanical gear built specifically to slow things down. Before we can understand the true age of the cosmos, we must understand the architecture of time itself. Imagine a massive high-voltage power plant. The raw electricity is violently intense. It is too strong for your house. If you plug your standard lamp directly into the main nuclear reactor, it would instantly catch fire. You need heavy transformers. You need thick copper cables. You need severe resistance. You need a mechanical system to slow the raw power down to a usable frequency. The physical universe is the final transformer. It is heavy. It is dense. It is incredibly slow. Time is the fundamental shock absorber of physical reality. Time, and listen to this, spreads out cause and effect. Again, time spreads out cause and effect. In the upper spiritual worlds, intent and result are simultaneous. You think, and the reality is built instantly. You act, and the consequence is immediate. There is no delay. There is no waiting period. There is far too much pressure for a physical human being to survive. You would be instantly crushed by your own mistakes. Time allows you to make a severe error on Monday and fix it on Thursday. Time is the deliberate engineered mercy. It is a structural buffer zone. It allows you to operate without immediate destruction. But modern science looks at this buffer zone and makes a massive foundational miscalculation. Science digs deep into the dirt. It finds heavy layers of rock. It measures the slow decay of elements. It points its telescopes into the deep black space. It measures the speed of light traveling across the dark. It sees a rigid timeline of billions of years. It uses this vast span of deep time to mock the narrative of deliberate creation. Science assumes the physical laws of today have always operated at the exact same speed. Science assumes time is rigid, unchanging ruler stretching backwards into infinity. This is a profound error. This is like measuring a collapsed skyscraper and assuming it was always a pile of broken bricks. We must introduce the profound reality of Torat Hashmitot. Torat Hashmitot, the doctrine of cosmic cycles. This is the ancient structural system of successive worlds rising and falling. Our physical timeline did not begin from a blank slate. It is not the very first attempt at existence. Before the physical universe was formed, there were immense, terrifying spiritual epochs. There were massive, towering structures of reality. They were built, they were rigorously tested, and then they were intentionally destroyed. Why were they destroyed? Because they lacked the correct structural integrity to hold the infinite frequency of the Creator. We call this raw, uncontainable frequency, orot, lights. This is the pure, blinding spiritual energy flowing downward through the entire system. In the previous cosmic cycles, the receiving vessels, the kelim, were entirely too rigid. The structures were incredibly brittle. The exact balance was missing. The orot, the lights, were too intense. The system could simply not hold the immense pressure. The structural vessels shattered. The entire architecture collapsed. When a massive spiritual structure collapses, it does not just disappear into thin air. It falls downward. It crashes violently into the lower dimensions. It loses its high frequency. It becomes heavy. It becomes thick. It becomes entirely physical. This brings us to the crucial concept of Reshimu. 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 Impression. This is the dense fossiled residue left behind when the raw spiritual energy departs. Imagine a massive industrial iron forge. The fire burns at thousands of degrees. The metal grows bright white. When the fire is abruptly turned off, the heat leaves the building. The blinding light leaves what remains after the fire is turned off. Ash, slag, thick, dead pieces of blackened rock. This physical universe is built entirely from that exact ash. It is constructed from the shattered, dead debris of previous spiritual empires. When a modern geologist uses radiocarbon dating, what is he actually measuring? What is he looking at? He is not measuring standard chronological time. He is measuring the extreme density of the reshimu of this impression. He is measuring the heavy fossil wreckage of previous spiritual cycles that fell from a much higher dimension. A billion years of physical time is merely the standard translation of a single devastating spiritual collapse. The immense, terrifying age of the cosmos is not a true measure of duration. It is a measure of density. It is a measure of how far the spiritual debris fell before it hit the absolute bottom. You are looking at a compressed hard drive. You are looking at a crushed spiritual architecture. We are told a severe, unyielding truth. A single day in the higher realms translates into 1,000 years in this dense lower realm we live in. The mathematical conversion is completely different. The physics of time are completely different. Therefore, the conflict between material science and the spiritual creation is a completely false war. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of building materials. Science measures the dead bricks. It counts the microscopic layers of dust. It says this dust took billions of standard solar years to slowly settle into place. The inner wisdom looks like the exact same layer of dust. It says, this dust is the violently shattered remains of a fallen world. It was compacted into a heavy physical matter in a fraction of a millisecond when the higher dimensions collapsed on itself. Both are looking at the exact same heavy rock. One observer sees time, the other observer sees trauma. One sees age, the other sees density. We are not living on a newly minted planet. We are living on an ancient construction site built entirely from reclaimed materials. You are building a house with old bricks. The bricks themselves carry the tremendous weight of the previous worlds. The physical elements carry the immense age of the shattered vessels. But the current system, the exact confederation of human history, the specific operating system of human free will, this is entirely new. This is precisely timed. This is on a strict, unyielding countdown. Do not let the illusion of deep time rob you of your daily urgency. The physical fastness of the universe is specifically designed to make you feel completely small. The physical vastness of the universe is specifically designed to make you feel completely small. The immense age of the rocks is specifically designed to make you feel completely irrelevant. It is a deliberate test of your human consciousness. If you truly believe you are a random accident of deep time, you will live your life like an accident. You will blindly consume. You will physically sleep. You will eventually die. You will leave no permanent mark on the system. If you understand the true architecture and wake up, you realize you are standing directly on the ruins of former worlds. You realize this current physical timeline is the final, desperate attempt to fix the shattered machinery. You are not a late arrival to a dead universe. You are the chief engineer brought in to complete a stalled project. Every single day of you, every single second of your day is a highly concentrated unit of raw spiritual power. Time is rapidly slipping through your fingers. It is a practical resource. It is a limited fuel supply. You are given a specific, non-renewable allocation of this fuel to execute your exact mission. To execute your exact mission. You absolutely cannot afford to waste it on the illusion of a physical permanence. The physical world shouts at you about millions of years to make you lazy. The upper world whispers to you about the present moment to make you act. The rocks are physically dead. The stars are entirely unconscious. They are just a heavy background scaffolding. You are the active conscience builder. When you perform a deliberate physical act of spiritual elevation, when you forcefully extract a single spark of divine light from the heavy, dead debris of this lower world, you achieve something that a billion of years of blind geological time could never possibly achieve. You directly alter the architecture. You fix the broken brick. You push the entire cosmic system forward to its final required completion. Do not worship the clock on your wall. Do not bow down to the calendar of your desk. They are mere physical tools. They are basic mechanical constraints. They serve you. You do not serve them. You must actively master your time. You must force your schedule to perfectly align with a higher structure. You must violently bend your daily routine to meet the strict requirements of the upper worlds. So, how do we do this? Here is our real-world challenge. This is how we bring the heavens down to earth, which is the most important thing to do. Everything is theory, very nice and very well, but how do we practically do it? When confronted with an overwhelming, time-sensitive pressure this week, completely withhold your immediate reaction for a few minutes. Recognize that chronological urgency is an illusion of the physical realm, allowing your higher consciousness to dictate the response. Tap into your higher realm and then form your response. If the concept we explored regarding the illusion of time and cosmic age were of a radical dismantling of historical boundaries, wait until next time when we unveil the secrets of the profound frequency code of creation in the Architecture of Reality, Episode 5, The Linguistic Fracture of Babel. I hope you enjoyed this masterclass lesson. I hope it was a revelation. I hope it helped you to understand a little bit more what's happening behind the scenes. And I truly hope that I've awoken your curiosity and that it will make you tune in for more next time, Be'ezrat Hashem, with God's help. But for now, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For now, all the very best, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now, and God bless. Thank you.